Thank you so much for joining us on a brand new episode of 420 grams. And the Euros have finally seen their first upset. Portugal going out? No, that's not an upset. हम तो जानते थे भाई ऐसा कुछ होने वाला है. Belgium will beat them. And truth be told, वहाँ upset ये था कि everyone is expecting it to be the match of the tournament. सब लोग तैयार होके गए थे. सबने मतलब सो वो के तैयार हुए थे कि 12:30 बजे का मैच देखेंगे. And that was such a bad game to watch. हो. मैंने इतनी गालियां कभी गेम पे इतनी नहीं निकाली होंगी क्योंकि मैं वो वाला बंदा हूँ जो 12 बजे तक सो जाता है एंड देन सुबह पढ़ाई करके पॉडकास्ट करने आता है. तो आई स्टेड अप फॉर दैट गेम एंड आई थॉट इट वाज अ एब्सोल्यूट बिल्कुल डिडंट मैच अप टू योर एक्सपेक्टेशंस. हाउएवर द फर्स्ट गेम ऑफ द डे जो मैं देख नहीं पाया बिकॉज आई वाज बिजी विद माय डॉटर, सो इट वाज अ बैड डे फॉर मी टू बी ऑनेस्ट because that first game was so far one of the games of the tournament. क्या match देखने को मिला है वो, whereby Czech Republic have beat the Netherlands, and the Netherlands have been dumped out of the Euros, and the Czech Republics are moving on to the quarterfinals where they'll be taking on Denmark, while Belgium will be taking on Italy in the quarterfinals. Joining us on the show today is our crew. Ishfaq Ahmed, former India player. Ishfaq, good to see you. We're joined by senior journalist Jaideep Basu and of course Siddhant Ani, who is wearing a curtain today. Where this curtain is from, bhai, but it's blending in. It's blending in. So that's the beauty of it. Ishfaq, right to say, sir?
Summer camouflage, bhai.
sir, depressed ho gaye wo second match dekh ke. I know the last 15 minutes was good because it became like a cup game. So Portugal is going at it versus Belgium. But other than that, and the goal, expectations thode high thi, lekin wahan tak aaye nahi wo.
I think for everyone, we knew it like kind of Belgium is, first of all, hello to everyone. And secondly, I think Annie is in Goa, looks like he's wearing that beach clothes and all.
Gosh, bhai, gosh.
So, yeah, the first match, if we talk about the first match, yes, that's an upset. If you talk about second match, why do we feel like people we should say upset? There are only few players who were like, maybe that Ronaldo factor is there. That's why you have to give Belgium as number one team, and they have been playing really good football, except that one match which we all remember. We criticized them a lot for that match. I think that was against Denmark.
Denmark, yeah.
But still, they managed to win that match. 2 second of brilliant goals, and we all know and knew that Belgium is one team. It is for them now and never. The players they have, they are very, very strong team. Up front, midfield, good attacking players, and yes, if we talk about Portugal, maybe the first half, we would say it was only just if there's a set piece, Ronaldo will come, he will take. And other than that, it was Belgium, looked very strong. They had good opportunities, 50-50 chances. I think Belgium also. I won't say the football was great. As you rightly said, the last 15 minutes, it was obvious because when one team is down, they will try to press you on international level. And that goal, outside the box, fabulous, far corner, great strike. Maybe that was the only positive for me. And that was and this kind of tournament, this kind of with a bigger team, 1-0, job done, thank you very much, and move to the second part. That's very important in these kind of tournaments where you don't concede, you score goal, you beat a very good strong team, and you never know, this might be the Belgium's year.
Sure, Jaideep sir, surely the biggest talking point post that game is that this is the last, I'm guessing, we've seen of Cristiano Ronaldo in a European Championship, because the World Cup is 18 months away. So there is no point in retiring now. You want to play that World Cup, it's not too far away. But surely at the European Championships, I think we've seen the last of Mr. Ronaldo. And I'll just give you a few of his stats. He's played the maximum number of Euros, 5, starting from 2004, when that, what a Portugal team that was that reached the final, lost to Greece. After that, he scored in most of them. He scored in all 5 editions, and a total of 14 goals makes him the highest goal scorer as well. across those. If you total करके अगर आप देखें, so what a record this is, and how do I put it? The tournament will of course miss him going forward, and not the right way to go out, because you didn't see him too involved in the game yesterday. He couldn't influence the game that much as well, and so he was falling deeper to get involved in the game.
Yeah, see, of course, he will be playing at Qatar next year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But imagining he's coming to you next year when he will be touching 40, it's far stretched, certainly. Even if the medical facilities, everything
You
is
never know.
Yeah,
40s is the new
Ronaldo.
30s, Jaideep sir.
Cristiano Chetri.
40s is the new 30s.
yeah. But that was, see, Dinosov also played at 40, but he played as a goalkeeper. He did not play as a striker. So, but I think he has gone, if it is his last match, he has gone out with his head high. Even yesterday, of course, he couldn't influence much, but a couple of his crosses were very good. A couple of his free kicks and corner were quite impressive. Only thing I thought, I don't know, I may be wrong also. Only thing he thought that his set pieces, his free kicks, the accuracy of his free kicks may have gone down by a couple of percentages.
Do you know the Ronaldo stat of free kicks at Euros and World Cups? He's taken the maximum number for Portugal. Conversion rate is only one. Only one.
Direct free kicks, you mean?
Yeah, direct free kicks. Conversion rate only one.
Yeah, that's what even yesterday I thought that even 5 years ago that would have been inside the goal. But that missed the target by a whisker. But yesterday, if you look at Portugal, I think Portugal is slated for bigger things. I still think Portugal will do better in the next World Cup.
Do you think they'll be better? You think they'll be better without Ronaldo? I just feel that when you have someone that big, who's the focal point of your team, so invariably you want to channel everything through him. Suddenly he goes out, and the collective kind of takes over. And the skill within this team going forward. Maybe that would be a blessing for them.
See, at the moment, maybe, but at the moment, there is no point in. I don't think that situation hasn't come, because in Qatar he will be with Ronaldo. This team will be with Ronaldo. So I'm talking about Portugal, and I think Portugal is slated for bigger things. That is with Ronaldo. Without Ronaldo, Portugal, at the moment, it is very difficult to imagine, frankly speaking. And we are from the last 10, 15 years, we are so used to it. But could be, as you say. But if 2000, I think next year in Qatar we'll see Ronaldo, and Portugal. I believe with this Portugal team will do better. I don't know whether they will do better, but they will do well, I think.
Pandit, I don't know if did you look at sort of any other stats of other players from big sides that also take free kicks, and how many they take, that kind of stuff?
जिसके बारे में बात करेंगे उतना ही होमवर्क करके आते हैं बंदे हैं.
No, because it will be interesting to see whether this is like one of the perks that Ronaldo gets for being Ronaldo.
Of course he gets. Of course. It's 100% that, bhai. He's a proven set piece taker at club level football.
And he has scored so many important goals, Arjun.
But sir, there's a difference. There's a clear difference in club and country.
कौन कहाँ like इस ऐसे tournaments में कहाँ देखने को मिला? इस यूरो में मुझे एक गोल नहीं याद आ रहा है direct free kick.
No, but overall, you see, we are not saying Ronaldo, yaar.
नहीं भाई, overall की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, पूरे tournament में.
No, but I'm saying we are not talking about only this. Like this Euros. But if you see his stats, or if you see he has scored so many important goals, like same goes if you go back. I would take you, like when you were trying to compare David Beckham, like he was the one guy for England, and I think for England he had scored those couple of important goals during qualifying rounds. Then the club where he was a very regular. But for England, he has not scored many goals. But still, he was taking all the free kicks, whether it is, like which goes to the box, indirect flick, or direct to the goal. He was one always involved. And Messi, all the close free kicks, Messi takes for them for Argentina, even for the Barcelona.
But Messi has a better conversion rate than Ronaldo.
Could be. I'm
Yeah.
not saying no. I'm not saying no. But then when you have Ronaldo who has scored more goals than anyone else in Euro, I don't think there is anyone. It can be the confidence. It can be the team strategy. There are many things to it. You know, like you never know. In trainings, he might be really good putting them all in, because in trainings, all the players, you know, like the one who have good who are the one who are good free kick takers, they do train during the after the practice or during the training. They have usually coaches do give them time, and it might be Ronaldo who is more accurate there. But when it comes to the match, it can be sometimes different.
My only point, Annie bhai, I was trying to get to.
ट्रेनिंग में तो 10 में से 10 मारते होंगे
भाई आपने भी 8 से 10 मारे हुए, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. बट हम क्या कह रहे हैं कि my only point was this, that you know, when you have a player who is that great, and because he's on the wrong side of 30 now, I think I can say that, and no matter how fit he keeps himself, once you pass that prime and you're still, that aura around you maintains or is there, sometimes it can impede a team. You know, it can be a problem for a team. कि everything has to go through him. Free kick मिला तो रोनाल्डो लेगा, penalty मिला तो रोनाल्डो लेगा, pivotal pass खेलना तो रोनाल्डो के थ्रू खेल के जाओ.
But
sometimes तो आपका टीम का नहीं होता सर.
Arjun, you have to give he. It's not, you know, like it's Ronaldo. Just take a name out from this player right now, because he makes those runs. That's why he's available always. That there. He goes to those positions where he scores. If you talk about yesterday, okay, it's a team sports. If he contributes Portugal so much, then others have to do at least half of it. If you see yesterday, couple of times he gave good assist, but they couldn't take the chances. You know, like as you rightly said, last 15 minutes, it was only Portugal.
Yeah.
You know, like they should have actually won this match by 2-1. You know, those last minute, couple of times they hit the upright also, and that clear head which was luckily which goes straight to the keeper. Otherwise, you know, like I remember last time when we were in this show, we spoke about Belgium's defense. They have a good team, no doubt, you know, like strong team, but you know, like football is always of two halves. If you win one half and lose second half by 2-0, first half is not valid anymore. And that's what exactly happened. First half was like very bad for both the teams, I would say. They didn't play, they were just gauging each other, and that goal came. Second half, towards the end, and in fact, like around 57-60 minutes, there was one good opportunity for Portugal, which on this level should have been scored. And later on in that match, I think Portugal should have scored a couple of goals.
Fair point.
You know, because Ronaldo has been the one, he's playing their number 9, he's playing their man. We always have you know, eye on him. Other than him, nobody, you know, like stood up yesterday. You know, they should have scored goals.
Fair point, sir. I'm just saying you have people like João Felix. There is the other kid who also came on. Both good quality players.
Yeah.
And it was surprising that they were their first minutes of the Euros when they came on to play. My only point is that when you have these boys, और आप भी जानते हो कि आप में एक कला है, पर कला अगर सिर्फ बेंच पे बैठी रहेगी तो कला कभी निखर के नहीं आएगी, और आप कला को टाइम देना होगा आगे निकलने के लिए. So that was the point I was trying to make. भाई, but the first game.
भाई यही हम actually हमारे producer वैभव और बात कर रहे थे कल कि थोड़ा unlucky है रोनाल्डो के लिए in that sense. एक तो defending champions हैं Portugal, so it's a big thing them going out. The last Euros they won in France.
But that was a different team, different setup.
Yeah, different team. But so unlucky a bit for Ronaldo in this sense, because he has a very talented team, but I think the rest of the team needs a couple of years to kind of come out of their youth or whatever it is and be effective at a tournament stage, big tournament stage. So Qatar will be interesting if he's around, and I hope he's around.
He will be around, bhai.
Yeah. Hopefully we would. No one wants to have seen the last of him in international football.
Yeah.
So I think in Qatar, 18 months from now, in the winter of 2023, it'll be a whole
100%.
different Portugal team and a lot more fun to watch, I think. The other thing I wanted to just bring up was the element of physicality in the game last night, man. It was, and what a legend Lukaku is. That guy has taken a beating and a half for his team, and without any kind of sign of even slowing down in any way. I mean, just unbelievable. A lot of people are talking about the game being boring and stuff like that, and no doubt the first half was absolute like shite. Sorry to use the.
I said Thomas Vermaelen is still playing.
And Thomas Vermaelen ने भाई at the age of 75 Thomas Vermaelen ने रोनाल्डो को काफी ठीक-ठाक देख लिया.
अच्छा खेले भाई, no doubt about it. We have 2 minutes left on this segment because we decided today we'll stick to time. Jaideep Basu sir, first game. मजा आ गया सर गेम देख के. एक तरफ नेदरलैंड का तो आपको पता है कि वो क्या खेलने वाले हैं. They've given you a hint, but the way the Czechs played and the way the Czechs took on them, it was really so good to see.
Renedy bhai is also joining.
Hey!
It's double maza today.
हाँ जी जयदीप sir.
Is Weber ready for this?
हाँ जी जयदीप sir.
First game, of course, was very good. And I think the Netherlands dug their own grave, and Czech Republic were clever enough to take up that opportunity. A player who has gone to Juventus for some 75 million euros or whatever it is, and have played for so many teams, has led Ajax and played for Netherlands. If he can for such a suicidal act, if he can do. Then Czech took in the Czech was looking for an opportunity. Czech Republic's my feeling was that Czech Republic was looking to push the match as far as possible. एक time पे एक opportunity आएगा, we will see what to be done at that point. Let's push the match now. Get into the match and keep it a clean slate as far as possible. But if you offer them an opportunity, and the way it happened in, I think, 54, 55 minutes or something like that handball and red card. But after that, the way Netherlands disintegrated, that really surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away credit from Czech Republic. You are right. They played very well. But the way Netherlands disintegrated, as if they have already lost the match. They were not looking at each other. They were not talking to each other. What we expect when you become 10, then the players become more determined. And if you have noticed, not even once they were directing each other take this place or fill up this gap. At least I didn't find it on TV. At least I didn't find it. So I thought Netherlands just collapsed. There were no unity in that team. I'm not talking about unity.
ये सर ये Netherlands की teams की ना बहुत पुरानी आदत है ये. The unity factor. There's a lot of infighting whenever you talk about Dutch teams. We're joined by another legend. We already have one in Ishfaq Ahmed. We have now joining us as Renedy Singh. ये तो bumper episode हो गया सर ये. तो Renedy भाई, good to see you. आपने on our WhatsApp chat कल before the disintegration, like Sir said, started, you had already called it, saying कि लग रहा है कि आज the Dutch are going out. What did you see?
That he called it on the show also yesterday.
Yeah, in the afternoon. Yeah, but if you see the Czech, the way they perform against England, everyone talks about, because most of the pundits that we see are all English, and everyone said that England have played this. They are such a great player. They played well. They create chances. Saka, Grealish, but nobody talk about Soucek. Nobody talk about, and the chances he missed against England, 2 or 3 chances. Czech have missed a very good opportunity. No one talk about it. Everyone was like England. But this is not the first time they have played well. They have played well in earlier matches also. So now this is a run that they are going, and Holland, with all the great players, big names, big signing, like Dada said, the body language after the red card, delay, no doubt, big mistake from him. And he got a red card, even though with 10 men, the quality that the Holland have, with team unity, they could have, but we didn't see any of that. Body language was so wrong. I totally agree with Jaribda on that. But we have to give credit to all the Czech players for the effort they put in. It's a lovely, and they will keep going. I think it's lovely to watch. We only talk about all these big teams, big players, but in a tournament like this, you have to stay together and then fight as a team. And we are all saying yesterday also, the greatest player in the world gone home.
Yeah.
Bad first half. Very good second half, but not good enough.
Ishfaq, what do you make of Patrick Schick? So every big tournament, I feel there are a few players that come out. So Damsgaard is one who's come from Denmark. The way I look at Patrick Schick and the way he leads the line, ऐसा नहीं लगता सर कि he's troubled ever. उसके बंदा हो ना हो वो बॉल लेता है आराम से coolly and he makes sure the play continues after that.
But this is what Renedy was saying, like it's the beauty of these such kind of tournaments where you have players emerge, you see them, like because we are not used to see the lower leagues of or the different leagues.
Yeah.
We watch Premier League, sometimes La Liga.
He's playing in Germany. Schick is playing in Germany.
Yeah. So we don't watch, we don't follow them. They in their respective leagues, they have been already performing well and they are doing good over there. And the confidence usually, because he has been doing pretty well for his club also.
Yeah.
So as Renedy said, it's the beauty, like of these less known teams or less favorite teams, the way they perform, like they not only their on individual level, the players perform, but as a unit they perform, which is not seen with the yesterday's match. As we all were talking about, as Jadipda was talking about, Renedy was talking about, that the Dutch, it was again two halves. Like the first half, they dominate skill. The speed of the players was like, like they were, like one step ahead in first half, created couple of chances, especially from their right. But the moment that red card, my question is, being as a coach now, like you have to show me if you slipped, like no need to do the handball.
पर मैंने बहुत लोगों को देखा है सर ऐसे करते हुए. वो
invariably हाथ
जाता है.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell. No need to do handball. Striker still has to goalkeeper beat. He still has to put the ball inside the frame. And even if you concede, you are still 11 man. Like I was surprised why referee showed him a yellow card first, because it was a clear, deliberate handball and denying a clear-cut chance. So I always make this. You show the match. You have to show the maturity of your. Not only with the ball you are good, but show your maturity there. Like I am playing for a big club. I am playing for a big team. If I slipped, whatever, or if I did mistake, no need to lunge, no need to do handball, and let him score. No problem. You have still enough firepower to score 2 goals or 3 goals. I think Renedy bhai will agree with me.
No, yeah, I do agree to some point, Ishfaq, because it's an instinct. I still remember Asian Cup, Deepak Mandal got a red card, last man. उसने उसको ऊपर defender striker ऊपर चढ़ गया, and we were winning at that time. We were winning 3-0 and it became 3-1, I think. So you can see the instinct, because yes, Ishfaq, he's young. That guy has been captain for Ajax, playing for Juventus. He have started playing professional very early, but still he's 21
Absolutely.
or 22. But yeah, like coach said, for a coach we think differently. Now we are thinking, even though if we allow, if they score goal with 11 man, the team that Holland has got, like Ishfaq said, they can win. But it's the instinct, suddenly after 1 second or 2 seconds, you realize I got a red card for kicking in Vietnam against Vietnam, and I for a second I didn't realize, but then after 4 seconds I'm like, what did I do? So that's the instinct which we are not in control. I'm sure he must be regretting so much, but that's how the instinct is. But I see that everyone, like Ishfaq, many other pundits are saying why he should have allowed him, but instinct is some things that's not in control. But for next time, yes, he will be in control.
सर मैं शो पे बोल दूं फिर आर्सेनल शुड साइन पैट्रिक शिक. हमने कल डैम्सगार्ड के लिए भी बोला था आर्सेनल शुड साइन डैम्सगार्ड. हम कह
अरे
रहे
भाई
अभी तो
हैं हमें जरूरत है सर. हमें
अलेक्जेंडर
जो जो
इसाक
परफॉर्म
का
करता
बात
रहेगा
चल
हम
रहा है,
लोग सबको
कहाँ-कहाँ
साइन
बात
कराएंगे.
चल रहा है.
हाँ जी यानी भाई भाई डेनमार्क. सॉरी सर. हाँ जी बताइए.
नहीं मैं पूछ रहा हूँ केरला ब्लास्टर्स आल्सो लुकिंग फॉर हिम क्या?
पैसे होने चाहिए जेब में, हम लोग सब प्लेयर को लेंगे.
सर बट मजा आ गया इस प्लेयर को देख के. ऑनेस्टली आई रियली एंजॉयड वाचिंग दिस प्लेयर एनीवे बिकॉज नाउ इट सेट्स अप फॉर चेक रिपब्लिक वर्सेस डेनमार्क as a quarter final. One of these two teams are going into the semis. Huh? Should be an interesting game, bhai. Because the Danes have shown that they have that one style of football. They'll come at you. They'll come at you with numbers. But the Czechs know how to sort of take in that pressure. उन्होंने दिखाया है. They did it versus England. And they did it yesterday with versus Netherlands as well.
एग वाला प्रेडिक्शन रॉन्ग हो गया भाई. सॉरी टू जंप इन.
कौन वाला?
अंडा
अंडा वाला.
अंडा सर. अब now they moved on. ऑक्टोपस ने कहा मुझे ब्रेक दे दो भाई.
अंडा
अब
वाला
अंडों को
भी
ले
बहुत
आओ.
प्रीमियरशिप देखता है भाई. अंडा वाला भी सिर्फ प्रीमियरशिप बड़ा कोई पकड़ता है, छोटा वाला को नहीं पकड़ता अंडा वाला.
हाँ जी यानी.
नहीं सही है यार. मतलब I think you guys have covered most of the points as far as the Czechs are concerned. They're organized, they're talented, and they seem to have also, I mean, so many fans yesterday, so much support from the stands, unbelievable.
I'm not a fan of all of that. Huh?
What do you mean?
Because in this scenario, you're getting people to come into a stand.
नहीं हाँ वो बात अलग है. अब that of course it does not make sense to have so many people in the stadiums with COVID still raging and all kinds of variants and all that.
It's not like if you're double vaccinated you can't spread it. You can still spread it. That doesn't mean that. So
they say you cannot. Pfizer is saying if you are double vaccinated, you won't spread it. That's why in US they have stopped wearing the mask who are already double vaccinated.
See, also, I mean, it's a larger process of, I mean, what the pharma companies say and what the government says and whatever. Everyone will decide who to believe and who not to believe and how to proceed. But the point is, if the local authorities have, if UEFA has said so many tickets are available, if local authorities are saying you can attend the game in the stadium, and if the Czech Republic fans are able to travel from there to Budapest to watch the game, then वो तो आएगा ही आएगा बंदा. मतलब 100%. I mean, just as I think the players on the pitch, and you guys will obviously confirm this, want people in the stands watching them. The same for football fans, they want to be in the stadium if they can be in the stadium watching the game live from there. So I mean, I don't think there's any debate about the fact that kind of support from the crowd, from the stands, lifts a team up even further.
Of course. At what cost is what we're asking.
Yeah.
At what
Sure.
cost?
Which we will honestly only be able to determine much after the tournament, after people have looked at the kind of impact it has, the fallout it has, and then we'll be able to tell. And honestly, with this entire pandemic, that is how the whole world has been progressing more or less, right? That we are trying things out, we are doing this and that and seeing like how can we minimize the impact, how can we keep the maximum number safe. And in this whole scenario, I mean, you look at Japan, it's a completely different scenario for the Olympics that are coming up in a month also to what is happening at the Euros. But Europe is different. They have their own ideas and ways of doing things. So
Renedy bhai wanted to say something.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see the support. Like, and I agree with Pandit also. It's not safe at all. But supporters play a very big role. They say. लेकिन हॉलैंड को तो कोई बॉडी लैंग्वेज में दिखाई नहीं दिया कि इतना सपोर्टर पूरा तो कल तो ऑरेंज ही ऑरेंज था बुडापेस्ट में. लेकिन ग्राउंड में दिखाई नहीं दिया. जदीबदा ने बोला कि with 10 men that hunger वो कुछ मिला ही नहीं, and they just after the goal they just died down. Sad to see that with such a good supporter supporting throughout, and the play they have shown.
उन्होंने सर रात को अपने गम बहाए होंगे 100%. नदियां बहाई होंगी.
I think Renedy bhai, there is a whole different thing going, behind the scenes, because I think there is the coach the Holland is not that famous with the the
The
fans
fans?
also. Yeah,
Yeah, he's not.
There has been
Frank
these
de Boer.
Frank de Boer and Rana de Boer both are not that fan crowd favorites.
Well loved.
So
we have
as-
got one Nistelrooy sitting on the bench.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
one is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mourinho,
but I-
called him, Mourinho called him the worst manager in Premier League history. Remember?
Frank de Boer. To Frank de Boer, yeah.
In
Frank de
2018.
Boer, yeah. Because he came, he was there for double-digit days भी नहीं था as part of whichever team he joined. Came and he
मेरे
left.
ख्याल से De Boer said it is a pity that about one player he said that it's a pity he's being Rashford. He's being managed by the Mourinho. Something like that said.
But
So
football can change in 2 or 3 days. First 3 matches Holland have played, everyone was like, wow, Holland are flying. Even we were talking about the flying fullback. Yes, they all gone. So that the life of a coach, 3 matches with no one has talked about, but in one match they play bad. That's the life of a footballer and a coach. So
Ishfaq, what Dumfries has shown, because he spoke about the flying fullback. So when you look back at Holland's campaign and you say, okay, biggest positive, Dumfries, right up there. So is that something new that you've seen in world football? Because मैंने कल एक रन देखा है, स्ट्राइकर यहाँ गया, वो यहाँ से डिफेंडर के रन मार के सेंटर से रन मार के गया अंदर.
I think the only new thing in that is now these modern fullbacks, they take the striker's position, go inside. If you remember, I don't think if you remember the Cafu when he was playing for Brazil, he was brilliant also, up and down, like lot of assists, and I think he scored for his club also 0-1. One of the goals which they show from the zero angle, he deceives goalkeeper. I think one thing they have added to it is they cut in rather than going wide, which we have seen in this tournament. I forgot one more team, like their left back also scored. He comes in as well.
Germany, Gosens.
Exactly. Yeah. So they put more bodies inside the box. They go in and make one more extra body, and they get in a good position where they can score also. But if you talk about in world football, it has been previously, like we have seen, as I gave Danny Alves, all these guys, they have been doing this from ages now, especially Brazil. But in modern football, wing backs playing football, assisting, it's so important and crucial. And I think that gives a big edge to most of the teams if they have like good athlete who plays fullback, and with that they are technically sound, can assist. Exactly.
Spinazzola.
एक और player, so तगड़ा player, बहुत ही तगड़ा player.
So it is a delight for coach to have such kind of players, because like when usually games are tight, they can unlock by making that third person runs and put one man extra or put more bodies inside the pitch, as we have the
very quickly before
Arsenal left back.
सर आप शुभ आपने बोल ही दिया. आर्सेनल टियरनी की बात कर रहे थे ना, टियरनी. Guys, very quickly before we end the show,
why are you laughing?
Tierney, yeah, it's good. A long way to go, brother. No, you cannot compare with Spinazzola. Yeah.
Fair point. सर हम आर्सेनल फैंस की खासियत क्या है कि हम स्टेशन 1 पे पहुंचे हैं, पर हम 10 की सोचते हैं. हम जर्नी की सोचते हैं, चाहे जर्नी हमने ली हो ना हो, वो दूसरी बात. Jaideep sir, quickly, Italy versus Belgium, how do you see that playing out? Because I feel Belgium is the pragmatic kind of team as well, who will, because now there's no De Bruyne, and also there's a possibility Hazard might not be there. So then could be a bit of a mismatch, or are the Belgians still up for it? Would you say?
I think Italy will start favorite. At the end, whosoever win, that's a different issue. But on paper, Italy will start favorite for the simple reason because of their bench strength. And as you just mentioned, Belgium might miss 2 of their best players. Italy won the previous match because of the bench strength. If they didn't use that five substitution rule so well, and with such capable players, almost as good as first 11. Why almost? They were as good as their first 11 players. The bigger pool of players is taking Italy, or for that matter, any bigger team to become better. So Belgium will be very short of that pool, actually. So that way, Italy will start favorite. But of course, match is anybody's game. Like what happened to Netherlands yesterday. None of us could imagine that this match will go this way. But I think that 5 substitution rule is helping the bigger teams a lot.
Yeah.
Because of their bigger pool of players.
So nice point, because we've got two men here who at the highest level in India sit on the bench as well and call the shots and try, changing play from where they can. Renedy bhai, would you want to see more of this 5 substitution rule once we've done with the pandemic, or you suppose we should stick to 3? Because what I see with 5, you can really change the game. You can really influence the game.
Yeah, but then once the pandemic is over, I think I would rather go back to 3, because then you will know exactly. But Pans Khelke, I think you have to buy more players, and then which make players will not get a chance. No players wants to come out after 45 minutes. And of course, yes, it's nice to see many more players for the fans. But if you're looking for a player's point of view, I think the lesser the changes, it's better for them. But yes, tactical view, there is advantage and disadvantage. Yeah.
Ishfaq?
I will agree with the Renedy bhai. I would say maybe that there should be 4. Maybe that might balance it out. And you have seen, not many teams use all 3. If there would have been no pandemic, I think in leagues they use mostly those 2 or 1 substitution at the end. Most of the coaches, if they are winning, they will try to waste the. But yes, 5 can really change things. It has its advantages. If you are in a deadlock, if you feel that you have a good bench strength, it can definitely change entire game. But as for now, I think I will also stick with the 3, or I don't mind
4.
adding 1 more.
1 more. Anybody?
No, I was just going to say maybe we should make a difference here between club football and international football. And for big knockout competitions, long competitions like this, maybe have a 5 sub rule.
Or
but
4.
for regular week in, week out league competitions, you revert to a 3 sub rule, so that your players get your game time as well, and you get all of that going on. And then, but in international competitions, because the whole framework is different, fans are also looking for different things. So maybe you can make those changes there.
Yeah, मैं माना. Anyway, सही माना, because the players after playing for a long season, tired, injury काफी हो रहा है ये tournament में. So I think in this type of tournament, of course, 5 international play. Anyway, क्या बोला आपने यार? ये दिमाग.
Sir, the secret, मैं secret बताता हूँ. आज अगर एनी की आवाज इतनी मधुर और मतलब डीप आवाज आ रही है, तो दोस्तों, एनी भाई दिखाओ, show them the reason why the voice is coming like the way it is. आज भाई ने माइक लगाया, भाई ने माइक. Yeah. मजा आई. इसे कहते हैं डेडिकेशन टू द क्राफ्ट. एनी भाई की फौज करेगी मौज. Renedy bhai, Ishfaq, Jaideep sir and Siddhant, thank you so much once again for joining us, and we look forward to once again an exciting night of football. And rest assured that once that night of football is done, the next afternoon at 1 p.m. we will be here at the same place talking about what else but the European Championships. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.